Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradeTolife.com, and in this video we are going to talk about don't judge by appearances, right? I see through my eyes, but not with them. And especially the second part is like a real power line, like a power sentence if you understand this, right? If you learn how to see through your eyes, but not with your eyes, right? And obviously this is leading us to our imagination, but I'm going to explain this in more detail in this video. And what I oftentimes see, and this happened also to me sometimes, is that still people judge by appearances. They still judge by the current circumstances. They still judge by what is currently showing up in their life, and they think this is now how it is. Because there's this little devil on their shoulder telling them that, yeah, like that's the truth. Those are the facts. And you cannot really change this, but this is exactly what we are going to uncover in this video so that you can stop judging by appearances and you can rely and trust more in your imagination to manifest your goals, right? And if you want to actually manifest your goals without any fluff or woo-woo or hype, just straight to the point talking from me, then you can check out my free masterclass. That's the first link in the description down below. And if you want to work with me to take things to the next level, then you can apply for a free call with me to find out if we are a good fit. That's the second link in the description. And with that, let's talk about appearances, okay? And I want to explain that with some quotes from Neville Goddard. So he said, and I took this on purpose as the first one, he said, we must get beyond the senses and begin to create. And I put this in bold letters. So I say to everyone that we must start the art of believing, no matter how simple or how big the thing is, no matter what it is that is creating. We create by faith, and faith is belief in the thing not seen. So, right, when Neville says creating, it does not mean that you create anything new. You are actually not a conscious creator, more so I would say a conscious chooser of something that is already in existence. Because he said that we create by faith. That means faith in something that is already in existence and therefore it's manifested, and then we say, okay, we like created this circumstance or this successful business or this relationship or this health condition or this whatever your desire is, right? But it is in terms of faith, right? In something that is not yet seen, but it's still in existence. So in order to do that, we must get beyond the senses, because your senses are only showing you really little snippet of experience that you have in this three-dimensional world, but there's way more beyond that. So commit yourself to the feeling of the wish fulfilled in faith that this act of self-commission will become a reality. And it must become a reality because imagining creates reality. Guys, I want you to remind yourself of that, and I want you to practice and apply this, because those three words are my favorite words actually from Neville's books. And I have proven this to be so 100% goddamn true that it's not even funny anymore. It's like really, really powerful. And this wisdom, no one can take it away, right? There can be people that can come to me and they can say, hey, like, focus on your vibration or focus all on your emotions and be happy all the time. And I don't know, like a Joe Dispenza can come to me and say, oh, do this, do that. But, you know, I know that imagining creates reality. I've proven it to myself. I have this internal faith. No one and nothing can take this away. And this is a wonderful internal place to be at, because, yeah, like you feel really powerful and you feel really in control. You feel self-empowered. You feel self-reliant. So apply it, right? And commit yourself to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. I have a video, I will link it here, called The Feeling of the Wish Fulfilled, how to get into that, what it actually is, what it not is, and you commit yourself to this feeling of the wish fulfilled, right? And therefore you manifest it. So this just as like an introduction part when we talk about don't judge by appearances. So basically don't judge by what your senses are telling you. That is what is meant by don't judge by appearances. So the Neville goes on and he says, the habit of seeing only that which our senses permit renders us totally blind to what we otherwise could see. To cultivate the faculty of seeing the invisible, we should often deliberately disentangle our minds from the evidence of the senses and focus our attention on an invisible state, mentally feeling it and sensing it until it has all the distinctness of reality. Okay, and this is true, right? Because it's a habit to only see that which our senses permit to us and tell us and are telling us that this is real right now here. But the thing is, this happens automatically. I mean, you automatically see what your senses are experiencing. However, in order to consciously imagine something, an experience that is not visible for your senses, it takes this conscious choice to actually do that and go beyond your senses. That is why with some exercise you can get better at this. And like I've also said, this renders you blind when you only see what your senses are telling you to the things that you could otherwise see, that are within your imagination, that are also already in existence. So the habit of withdrawing attention from the region of sensation and concentrating it on the invisible develops our spiritual outlook and enables us to penetrate beyond the world of sense and see that which is invisible. Right? I really like this, and I think this is really powerful because Neville all the time said you can have two outlooks on life. You can have a normal outlook, like a outlook based on your sensation, on your senses, on your human senses, on your bodily organs. Or you can also have a spiritual outlook where you see yourself in already being that what you want to be, or where you imagine the things and you bring images in front of your mind eye that implies the fulfillment of your desire. But that's more like a spiritual outlook, right? It's not this normal day-to-day, normal society kind of outlook on life. A little practice will convince us that we can, by controlling our imagination, reshape our future in harmony with our desire. So, can you tonight believe that what at this moment everything denies? Right? Can you believe what at this moment everything denies? I don't care what it is. Can you believe it? Will you persist in that belief as though it were true and walk tomorrow though you haven't a thing to eat, just as though it were true, and persist in it? You don't have to raise a finger to steal anything in this world, or to do anything of which you would be ashamed. Just simply persist in the belief that you are the man, the woman that you want to be. It will come to pass. Right? No fluff, no hype, no woo-woo, just straight to the point. So, can you persist in something? Can you believe in something that everything denies right now? And I know, guys, this is not always easy, and this should not feel like a force or a task or like a chore you have to do, but it's actually easier to do that when you know that your imagination is real. And Neville also said, I don't care what it is. Can you believe it? It doesn't matter what it is. It works for all things the same. Like I always say, it's not that there is for one desire, there's one special technique, and then for this desire, they use this technique. It's always the same, that imagining creates reality, and you use whatever technique you like to shift yourself in the state of already having that. That's exactly what I explained in the free masterclass, the first link in the description. So he also says, right, you don't have to raise a finger to do anything in this world, right? You will automatically be led to do the things necessary to put you from your current internal state into the state that you have occupied, right? But it's not that you do all of that, right? This is removed from your shoulders. That's done through you, basically. And it will come to pass, right? If you are able to persist in that belief that you are already that which you want to be, it will come to pass. And there is no other limitation other than man's capacity to believe what he has imagined. Some people, they imagine some things, but then they say, oh yeah, this is just my imagination, and I don't know, but they don't believe that this is real. I have a video called How to Actually Imagine. I will link this here. This can be really helpful for you if you have some questions about that or you struggle with that, because there's no other limitation that there's nothing outside of you taking anything away from you. It's only you playing with you, right? It is your game of life. It is your personal subjective reality, and the question is, can you believe that what you imagine is actually real and true? All things are possible to him who believes. So the only restriction placed upon man is his ability to believe what his reason and his senses deny. That's all. No other restriction. Right? There is no other restriction. There is no other requirement for you to manifest your desires. It's not that you have to have a special decree or you have to know certain things. You just have to familiarize and know the law of assumption, watch the videos on my channel, and apply that stuff. Right? That is all it takes. But This is not always easy in the beginning to believe what reason and senses deny, but this is like the only thing that you have to do if you want to practice that and become better at this. And at some point, it's not even that you care about what your senses are telling you that's currently there. You know that eventually this will change because what you have imagined, because you know that imagining creates reality. So tonight, know what you want, right? Know what you want, define what you want, and declare it. No modification, okay? Just know what you want. Assume that you have it. See in your mind's eye what you would see if it were true. Live in that state as though it were, and then go your way. Sleep tonight as though it were true. Keep these words. Keep them and simply live by them, and you cannot fail. Okay? So first of all, no modification. Don't mold your desire because you think, oh, it should be like this, and oh, like this person said I can't be specific, and oh, I should be general. Like, know what you want without any modification, okay? That's your goal, and that is your birthright to experience them, right? It's awesome, that's great. And then you assume you have it, right? And see in your mind's eye, aka your imagination, what you would see if it were true. As always, what would imply you already have this? What implies that the desire is fulfilled? Who would congratulate you? Who would shake your hand? Who would give you a high five? Who would smile at you? Who would say, awesome, that's so great, how did you do this? And then you imagine that, right? You imagine something that implies the fulfillment. What would you do in your day-to-day life that implies the fulfillment of your goal? That is what you imagine. And you cannot fail. If you really apply this, you cannot fail. And that's true. That's really, really true. So live in a sublime spirit of confidence and determination. Disregard appearances, conditions, in fact, all evidence of your senses, and deny the fulfillment of your desire. Rest in the assumption that you are already what you want to be. I also have a video on my channel called "Should You Really Ignore the 3D World?" Like what your senses permit. I will link this right here. That's like in addition to this video, because it's not about like forcefully ignoring it and fighting against it. That's not what we want to do, but we want to, like Neville said, like we want to disregard it. We want to live in this spirit of confidence and determination, even though our senses currently tell us the opposite. That is this boldness, right? That is this bold attitude you just dare to assume. When you rest in that assumption that you're already that what you want to be. So disregard appearances, conditions, in fact, all evidence of the senses that deny the fulfillment of your desire. Rest in the assumption that you're already that what you want to be. For that determined assumption, you and your infinite being are merged in creative unity, and with your infinite being, all things are possible. If you judge after appearances, you will continue to be enslaved by the evidence of your senses. Your senses will deny you, so deny your senses. I see through my eyes, not with them. And by now, I hope that you understand what this quote means, right? I see through my eyes, but not with them, right? If you see with your eyes, then you can only see what your senses are telling you, and this will always like deny, first of all, in the beginning, your desire and what you have done in your imagination, because that's not in the 3D world instantly there. But if you see through your eyes, but you actually see with your imagination and you see what is beyond the senses, then this becomes really powerful. That's this like spiritual outlook on life, basically. And if you always judge after appearances on what is currently showing up in your environment, in your circumstances, in your life currently, then you will continue to be enslaved by what your senses are telling you, and you'll always be in this loop of having like kind of the same circumstances or not having a real breakthrough where you really like experience a huge shift in your life. So your senses will deny you. So deny your senses, right? Don't fight them. Don't work against them. Don't put willpower against your senses or stuff like that. But just deny it. Don't accept it, what your senses are telling you, and shift yourself internally into your desired state. That is the power that you have. That's your ability. So work with it, apply it, test it out. You will see it works. If you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you really much for watching, guys. That's basically it for this video, right? Don't judge by appearances. Learn how to see more with your imagination and trust what you're seeing there is real. And don't focus on this world of Caesar, this shadow world basically, which mirrors back to you what you're doing inside. It's really like a mirror, like a shadow, but first of all, there's always the internal states and the marginal acts that you do. So thank you really much, guys. Talk to you in the next video.